What is going on, everybody? This is Bronco Juggalo, and it is time for another Top 20 of 2020. Now, this time we are doing Top 20 Horror Remakes. Everybody, let's give a big round of applause to my Super Slash brothers, Jason and Joe, for coming up with this list segment. Guys, it's time to jump right in. We're going to start with number 20, Amityville Horror, the remake. I actually prefer this remake to the original. It's a bit faster paced, it has a little more action in it, and the original is a bit slower and a little boring at times, even though I definitely respect it as a horror film. Coming in at number 19 is See No Evil, starring WWE's Kane. Yes, this is a remake, believe it or not. It is a really good first outing for Kane as a horror icon slash killer in the role of Jacob Goodnight, and I really did enjoy it. Coming in at number 18 is the Omen remake. Now, I know a lot of people say this one doesn't really add anything to it, to the legacy of the Omen, and honestly, it really doesn't. But I've always just really enjoyed this film. I like this movie. Might be the fact that I just like Julia Stiles, but hey, Coming in at number 17 is one that I've always liked ever since I saw it in the 90s. I saw it well before I saw the original, and that is The House on Haunted Hill, the 90s remake. I've always liked this film. It's a bit dated now, but still, it's really a good film to me, and I've always enjoyed it. Number 16 is John Carpenter's The Thing. Now, this is a really good remake, and I know a lot of people are going to have it much, much higher, but it's never been one of my favorite films. I do really enjoy this movie. I like other movies better that are a little more to my taste, I guess you could say. Man, you're going to kill me for putting this one above The Thing. But it's the 1990s The Haunting with Liam Neeson. I know people make fun of this movie. They hate this movie. I've always enjoyed this movie. The atmosphere in it is incredibly scary and spooky. And that fucking painting is just creepy as hell. Coming in at number 14 is the Dawn of the Dead remake. Now, this is a movie that I prefer to the original. I know that people are going to say that's blasphemy, but it is. I prefer the Dawn of the Dead remake to the original. Coming in at number 13 is Silent Night, the remake to Silent Night, Deadly Night. I love this movie. This was so much fun. I've only seen it once, and it captured me from that, first kill. Coming in at number 12 is another blasphemous entry, and that is Night of the Living Dead. Why is it blasphemous? This is the 90s version. I prefer it, once again, to the original. I'm not the biggest zombie fan, guys, and I respect the hell out of George A. Romero. The man is a genius, and there's a few remakes to his films on here. But I'm just not the biggest George A. Romero fan, and I'm not the biggest zombie fan. And I prefer the Tom Savini remake with Tony Todd to the original. Coming in at number 11 is Let Me In, and this is another one I prefer to the original, but only by a slight margin. Just like everybody else says when they talk about these two films, there's only a hair's difference between them. That was number 11. This is number 10. It is The Hills Have Eyes. Now, I still prefer the original to this one, but I really, really love this remake. Coming in at number 9 is The Crazies, a remake that I absolutely love. Can almost be considered a sequel since it has a very different storyline than the first movie, which is a George A. Romero film. They have very different feels to them, but they are both awesome movies. Coming in at number 8 is My Bloody Valentine 3D. Yet another one I prefer to the original. Even though the original is a great film, this one's just a bit better in my opinion. Coming in at number 7 is Black Christmas, the '06 version, not the fucking 2019 piece of shit version. And I know you're going to hate me for this, Jay, but this is another movie that is leaps and bounds better than its original. Coming in at number 6 is Maniac. Now, the remake to Maniac is a bit different than the original, but they are both fantastic films. And this is probably one of the most unique remakes I've ever seen. And number 5 also could have made my sequel list. Wait, did it? I don't remember. It's a sequel, it's a remake, it's a reboot. And that is The Town That Dreaded Sundown. It makes this list too. It just does. This next pick, guys, really gave me some some trepidation. I wanted to show the Hammer Mummy movie some love. I love that film. It is so good. And it's not, if not better than the Universal one, it's just as good. But then I was thinking about it, and I realized that as much as I wanted to show that movie love, I love the Brendan Fraser remake so much that if I'm being honest with myself, I have to put the Brendan Fraser remake in there over the Mummy movie remake. So I'm going with the Brendan Fraser, The Mummy. I have to be honest to my heart, that's the one I love. But I want to very much say that the Hammer Mummy deserves so much props. Definitely go and check that one out. I think you can still get the Blu-ray of it for $5 off Hamilton. Coming in at number 3 is, in my opinion, one of the greatest remakes ever made, and that is the Evil Dead remake. It's a remake, it's a reboot, it's a possible sequel, just like Town That Dreaded Sundown. It's also an alternate universe film. All of those classifications apply to this film. And it's just a fantastic movie with fantastic imagery and fantastic blood. And it's just an awesome film. Coming in at number 2 is, for me, one of my favorite remakes of all time. And that is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake. And this is definitely a movie that I prefer over the original. I know people are going to hate me saying that, but this movie is better than the original. Flat out, hands down better. And scarier. Coming in at number 1 is the You thought I was going to say that, didn't you? Shame on you. Fuck that movie. Coming in at number 1 is the Friday the 13th remake from 2009, starring Derek Mears. The man is becoming my favorite Jason. This is definitely my favorite movie in the Friday the 13th franchise. Pretty much tied with number 6, which was my favorite all my life. And I fucking love this movie. This movie has taken over the top spot in my heart in the Friday the 13th franchise. It is the best made movie in the Friday the 13th franchise. And it's the best movie in there, period. Now, I know I'm going to get a lot of arguments and a lot of, negative feedback to that, but that's okay. Everybody's entitled to their own opinions, and that's mine. Guys, that's my top 20 of 2020 remakes. Hope you enjoyed. Check out everybody else doing this. Don't forget Wild Eye Week, the 6th through the 12th. Peace.
Sometimes you just gotta ignore your enemies. Sometimes you just gotta make them bleed. I've headed up to here with all the fake shit. Fake friends huddled up, that's a snake pit. King Kong about to rumble on some ape shit. Stab you with some scissors.